The Notre Dame Fighting Irish, the Penn State Nittany Lions, Orange Bowl clash for a chance to play in the first ever 12-team national championship. Penn State's very interesting football team. Let's talk about this team from a large scope perspective. What do the Nittany Lions bring to the table, and what should have the Notre Dame fans a little bit worried, and some things to watch in this game. Ryan Roberts, A to Z Sports, bringing you everything Notre Dame football as they prepare for their Orange Bowl clash against the Penn State Nittany Lions for a chance to advance to the national title. Want to give you all a full scope glimpse of this Penn State team and some things to know and some players to kind of keep an eye on early as we dig deeper and deeper over the next few days to get you all ready for what promises to be a pretty dang good Orange Bowl, in my opinion. So Penn State Nittany Lions, a team that I think is built running the football and a running game that I genuinely enjoy watching. Andy Koltonecki, who was formerly Lance Leopold's main guy, offensive play caller at Kansas, was at Buffalo, University of Buffalo before that. I love the run game design. You're going to see some nasty split stuff where there's offensive linemen that are spread out a little bit further to kind of create a little bit more of running angles and just wider gaps. You're going to see some unbalanced stuff. You're going to see some motion. You're going to see a lot of creative things in this run game, and it's led by Nicholas Singleton, who obviously Notre Dame fans should be very aware of. Notre Dame took a big swing at him when he was coming out as a recruit. He is more of the game breaker, the long play waiting to happen type of guy, the explosive runner, while Katron Allen, his counterpart as a junior, is more of the power back. He's a little bit more short area. He's a little bit more of a power-oriented player, not the long speed of a Nicholas Singleton, not the explosiveness of a Nicholas Singleton, but a really good complement to one another, both over 1,000 yards on the season. This team is built around the run game, but when the run game is going, quarterback Drew Allar has a chance to be a really dynamic player in the passing game because he has one of the best overall players in college football in Tyler Warren, 6'6", 260 pounds. You'll see him at tight ends, number 44. You'll see him split out wide. You'll see him into the boundary. You'll see him running Wildcat. He does a little bit of everything for this Penn State Nittany Lions, and he's the guy to watch. They have a couple good, solid wide receivers, Amari Evans, Trey Wallace. They're good complementary pieces, but Tyler Warren is the pass game weapon. On the defensive side of the ball, of course, everyone's going to want to talk about Abdul Carter, the potential top 5 overall draft pick at defensive end. But guys, let's not underrate the rest of this defensive line. Deny Dennis Sutton, who is more 6'5", 260 plus pounds, more of your traditional outside defensive ends, while Abdul Carter's the more lightly built former linebacker, a little bit of a different profile. But right inside, Zane Durant is a terror on the inside. 6'1", only about 285 pounds. He's basically the Howard Cross for this team, but he makes a little bit more plays in the backfield than what Howard does. Does a little bit more of the flashy stuff, but works in pursuit, and he's really strong. A lot stronger than we think at about 285 pounds. But Zane Durant is an excellent, excellent football player. Now, the secondary have good players, including A.J. Harris, who I think Notre Dame fans would be remember if you remember his time as a recruit. They have a good secondary, but I do think there's some things to exploit. The second level of this defense, I think, is the area that Notre Dame could take advantage of potentially. Now, Kobe King is a very solid middle linebacker, a good player, active. And then you have Tony Rojas, who's a little bit more of your rangy will type backer. But those linebackers are not as good as what we just saw at Georgia, if you're a Notre Dame fan. C.J. Allen, I think, is a better player than both. Smile Munden, I think, is a comparable player to Tony Rojas, but a little bit more experience. That second level can get manipulated a little bit. So that is a spot where motion, quarterback run game, some misdirection, I think that Notre Dame has a chance to take advantage of that. So defensive line, dynamic. Secondary, solid, but gettable. Like, you have a chance there, but I think the second level is the spot to really create some plays. That's a little bit just of an easy snapshot for you all. A to Z Sports, we're going to be breaking down every position, every matchup, keys to victory, all of those things heading into this big Orange Bowl matchup. Hopefully Notre Dame comes out on top, but you know the drill, folks. As always on this channel, go Irish.